So I watched Illit's music video Magnetic not too long ago, and I liked the song. I thought the music video was really cute, really fun. Well, that was until I was scrolling on Xiaohongshu, which for those of you who don't know is basically like Chinese Instagram. I'll refer to it as Red, which is the English name for it. So on Red, I saw some people talk about the music video, saying how it contains pedophilic contents or imageries that are targeted for people who are pedophiles. And I thought, what? On first watch, I didn't think there was anything wrong with the music video at all. Now, the music video for Magnetic has over, I think, 57 million views, something close to 60 million views. And Illit is one of the most successful K-pop girl group debuts of all time. So the song has garnered a lot of attention, and the music video as well. And I tried to find some similar discussions on the Western side of the internet, and I didn't see people talk about this at all. So I thought, are the Chinese netizens just being sensitive? I did some research, I did some digging, and it turns out that maybe they're onto something. I will give each point and comment that Chinese netizens and myself have made throughout this whole video, starting from the least severe to the most severe. I just want you to keep in mind the age of these girls as I discuss these points. So the oldest members are 20 and the youngest members are 16. So let's just strap in and we'll get started with the first segment. So if you watched the music video, which I suggest you do before you watch this video, it's aesthetic, it's super dreamy, cute, and soft, with everything such as laces, bows, pastel colorings, and the girls are all wearing very, well, for lack of a better word, childish clothing. But the first thing that I noticed was how weird certain camera angles were. These camera angles were almost like as if someone was peeking at these girls, almost voyeuristic. And there are some shots that are just from a security camera, which does not seem to fit with this cute, dreamy concept at all. And maybe this is because this MV was shot indoors, but there's a sense of entrapment throughout this whole MV. It just made me feel claustrophobic. Well, I guess that isn't that weird so far, right? Now we're going to get into the instrumental and the lyrics of this music video. If we look at the lyrics of this song, you will see it will read as if it's a confession of love, with lyrics like, I just can't hide that I want you, our chemistry, I'm overly immersed in this moment, and things like, baby, don't say no. These lyrics are just what I found on Google Translate, so maybe the specifics of these words aren't the exact, but the meanings, you get the meaning, the meaning's there. And when we pair this with a bubbly hyperpop instrumental, it sounds like a cute and playful song. But what people tend to miss out on the instrumental of this song, which I certainly did, are certain noises in this song that shouldn't be there. So at 1:20, 1 minute 20 seconds in the music video, a metallic sound can be heard. It sounds like keys, chains, or metal coins being juggled. It doesn't really fit with the vibe of the song at all. I don't know what this alludes to, and netizens, Chinese netizens, think that this sound has some BDSM connotations because it sounds like chains, or metal chains, or maybe even being chained up. I don't know about this, and it is weird. I definitely see that it's weird. It doesn't really add layers to the song because you can barely hear it. And if any of you guys do music or if you study music, please let me know your take on this, because I honestly can't think of anything this could mean in the song. The next strange sound that can be heard in this music video is one that I'm sure you've heard of in a lot of songs. It's the bed creak sample. If you don't know what this sound is, it's the sound of the bed creaking, like when you're doing certain activities on the bed. Maybe like two people bouncing on the bed really hard. Yeah, you get what I mean. This can be heard at 2:08 in the music video. This sample is really popular. It was used in many songs such as Ona by Ty Dolla $ign, Summer by Calvin Harris, and in K-pop, EXO and NCT both have a few songs that use this sample. Now, the songs that use this sample are usually either central songs or rap songs that talk about central things, neither of which belong in this music video, if it's just about cute girls having fun with magic abilities. Oh yeah, that's also the theme of this music video, which I did not know until I read that it was, because you don't really see that being the focus of the music video, that these girls have superpowers. Now, if we look at the specific shot when this Bed Creek sample is being played at, we see this. I'm going to discuss what netizens think this image is referring to in the next segment, but for now, just keep it in mind. Okay, now we're getting to the nitty-gritty of this. Let's start from the very beginning of this MV and look at each scene in detail. So we see that the sun is rising and a girl is sitting on a bed alone, and she slowly puts down her phone. In the shadow, there are two things on the bed which I want to talk about. There is a red scarf of some kind and a bunch of pastel ribbons that are trailing off the bed. If we turn up the brightness on this scene, we'll see that the red scarf is actually a roll of red tissue paper or some kind of paper material, and that there is another roll on the floor in front of the bed. There's also a small mannequin, and on the floor to the right, there is a white towel that is in a washing basket or bin, maybe? Now, something that I have not seen people talk about is that this room itself looks very different compared to the rooms in the rest of the music video. This room looks adult. It looks very mature. It's almost like the room in a hotel. It has dark wood furnishing and a black sofa that looks like it belongs in the office. Not the TV show, like an actual office. Chinese netizens think that this red tissue paper represents virgin blood that is shed after a girl's hymen is broken. I don't know about this again. I just think that it's weird how this girl is alone in a room that clearly isn't hers. So the next few shots are details, up and close details, of a very bright star being shone on the hands and feet of a girl. She's also seen reaching up at this star when it shines on the ceiling. Like, why feet, man? Like, come on. The shot being just purely the girl's feet makes me feel uncomfortable. If you've seen Lolita, the film, and if you've read the book, you will know that Humbert, which is the pedophile in the book and film, focuses on Dolores's feet. He seems to really enjoy her feet and looking at it. So this shot, which doesn't even have the whole body of the girl in it, it being just her feet, combined with the way these shots are shot, feels like we are looking at these girls through the eyes of a man. We are observing these girls rather than being a part of them. If we compare the Magnetic music video to the New Jeans music video Bubblegum, which came out very recently actually, you'll see that even though the concept of these two MVs are very similar, both being young girls who are doing things together, the New Jeans music video is much more relaxed, dreamy, almost as if you are one of the girls yourself. Whereas this Illit music video feels as if you are taking a look, I'm being nice here, taking a peek at these girls. Rather than being one of these girls, you are almost looking into their lives from the perspective of an adult. Next, Wonhee, who is one of the members that is currently 16 years old, says, "I want you," to the camera. Okay, I know that she's 16, which is the legal age of consent in many countries, and definitely in Asia and Korea. But she looks younger than 16, at least to me. I don't know if it's the way she is dressed, if there's the makeup done on her face, or if it's the way she acts, but it doesn't sit right with me. She and the rest of Illit are also dressed very young in this music video. Which, unlike New Jeans, who also has a very youthful style, Illit members have an almost infantile look. Just think about how pedophiles will feel when they see a young girl dressed like a child saying, "I want you," while looking straight at the camera. Actually, I want you to think about that for every shot of this MV. I'm not saying pretend to be a pedophile, just think about how a pedophile would feel looking at these shots that I will talk about. Next is Next is the unicorn puzzle. It shows 5 unicorns for the 5 members. 2 things about this image that are a bit weird. 1, why do the unicorns have belly hair? It's the same color as their mane and tail, so it must be hair. I don't think I've seen any iterations of unicorns having hair on their bellies. I know they're covered in fur, being basically horses with horns, but why the emphasis on the belly hair in this image? It looks off. Some netizens think that this represents pubic hair. I don't know if it does. I hope it doesn't, because the thought of that makes me physically ill. Second thing that is weird, which is the missing piece in this puzzle that appears in the next scene. Now, we see into this girl's room through a transition that looks like an eye. On the desk, we see the missing piece of the unicorn puzzle, along with a bunch of other things like bows, stars, and confettis. Chinese netizens think that this heart-shaped metal object on the left is a nipple clamp. But as my boyfriend pointed out, it's most likely a music box key. Phew. The missing puzzle itself, however, depicts the horn of one of the unicorns. At this point, let's have a look at the mythology of unicorns, since it is one of the core themes in this music video. Let's see. So, in Renaissance mythology, unicorns are basically a better version of horses. They have a great love of fair maidens and virgins. Also, why just the horn? Here's where I agree with a lot of the Chinese netizens that think people who find this music video pedophilic are overthinking. Because I've seen loads of people saying that this brush on the desk is the type of brush used in male grooming to make foam. Girl, I don't know what... It's a pastel blue brush that has a cat head on it. And it could just be a makeup brush. It's way too easy for people to find one thing wrong and then extrapolate it to every minute detail. And in reality, that just makes people overlook things that are actually wrong. So, next, we see a girl looking through a glass orb. She drops this orb, and we also see a bunch of broken pieces of plate on the floor. Anyways, the girl kneels down on the floor, and instead of picking up the orb, she tries to open a drawer. She breaks the door handle of this drawer, stands up on her feet, and boom, close-up shot on her knee, covered in glitter with white socks. Why? From the kneeling down to the color of the glitters that are similar to the color of a bruise, what is it that this shot is trying to say? I don't think I have to spell it out for those who still don't see it, but think about what happens if you have been on your knees for a long period of time, and the connotations of people being on their knees in general. I feel sick. Next, a girl holds her nose and seems to be trying to blow air through it. Paper flies up around her, time seems to stop. Here, Chinese netizens think that this alludes to a way that Asian people used to test whether a girl is still a virgin or not in a lot of Asian period dramas. Paper or feathers or anything light will be placed underneath the girl being tested, and then she'll be made to sneeze. And if the things under her flies up, then she's not a virgin. I don't know, shit's fucked up, bro. I can't. Ooh, dance break. Ooh, secret message from the unicorn. Ooh, secret letter from the unicorn as well. Ooh, now we're jumping on the bed like literal children. People have pointed out that this scene reminds them of the scene where Yeri from Red Velvet jumps on a mattress with twin braids in the Psycho music video. But that music video was, on a whole, a lot darker, and it felt like it was mocking the innocent style that has always been trendy in Asia, rather than emulate it. Texting someone throughout the night? Maybe they're talking to the unicorn? Now all the girls are together, getting ready to meet the unicorn, perhaps? Also, side note, I'm very upset that Iroha has to have this aesthetic. I think she suits a lot cooler or darker aesthetic more. Like Red Velvet's Velvet side. Anyways, it's a shame. Now the girls are all talking about something and... Wait, whoa. Did you see that? Let me zoom in for you. What the fuck are those? I haven't seen any Chinese netizens talk about these things, but don't they look like riding crops of some kind? They're going to meet a unicorn, right? Not a horse. Are they going to ride the unicorn? I genuinely can't think of anything else these things can be, so if you have any idea what they could be, please let me know. Now the girls are in the closet, getting ready to meet the unicorn. I hope you can tell by this point that unicorn probably isn't an actual unicorn. And being inside the closet of young girls is kind of weird. Also, why is that sleeve or sock thing shoved inside that hole? It looks a little bit phallic, I have to say. Perhaps I'm just being dirty-minded, but it does look a little phallic. And now the girls are all dressed up, and they look a little more mature than they did before. But hey, the white socks are still there. They see some drawings on the wall, and here's where we get into some evidence that I think are irrefutable. Let's go from the left to the right. These flowers, do they look a bit weird to you? What about now? This unicorn. Oh, look at what it's standing on. A nut and bolt? Why on earth is there a nut and a bolt? Oh, wait.
Oh my god, bro.
And the arrow? Are they meant to go up or to the right? Because it looks like the arrow is getting in a direction. Honestly, if you want to highlight something, make it flash. Or if you wanted to move, make it enlarge and shrink at the same scale. I genuinely don't think there are other explanations for this shot. The fact that it all looks like a child doodled it, it's just even more sickening. The girls look intrigued by this. Now they're dancing in a very spacious room with most of the lights turned off and a bunch of tall candles. There are also some glasses on the floor and just more candles. Blue candles, pink candles, white candles, candles. This dance move is so flirty and sexual that I don't think it should exist in a concept that is innocent and childlike. Now the girls have found the room with the unicorn marks on the door. They're running around, maybe trying to find the unicorn? What are these balloons? Did they run out of budget? Chinese netizens think these balloons look like blown up condoms. I don't know if I think so. I think they just look like trash bags. They're strange and ugly. That's what I think. This shot of this green empty room, not even a room, is it a corridor? All the walls are just empty and a very eerie green color. And then there's a cute ball with butterflies bouncing along it. It looks like something straight out of a horror film. Here, let me put a filter on it for you and maybe you'll see it. It also looks like it could be the back rooms. Maybe the girls are stuck in the back rooms. And now the girls are running through this green corridor that has no windows. Chipped paint and the shot that looks like it's from a security camera. I don't think I need to say more about how weird this looks. Finally, we arrive at the bed creak sample and this shot, which Chinese netizens compare to this. The girls are trapped. It's a dead end. They're making the crying gesture and the shape is a giant V. V for virgin. Are they trying to end their virginity now that they've found the unicorn? Oh, the hymen's broken. This sequence, the girls are confused. The camera angle is looking up at them. They're all huddled together. It looks weird, right? I don't know how many times I have to say something looks weird in this MV, but it looks weird. And now the girls are dancing in a dark room. It looks like the sun is setting outside. These shots are very hazy, like in a dream. The girls open up many doors. Are they trying to find the exit? Now the unicorn is on the floor with his back legs bent. Chinese netizens say that the position of the fingers in this shot are lewd. Maybe? I don't know what I would do if I were told to make this. If you're trying to indicate light, I guess you could... Wait, hold on. I was on this side. I don't know if I would do. This? With the two middle
Brother,
fingers up. I don't know. Oh, the girls have found the key. Okay, now they can escape. And they're rolling on the floor, which I don't know if this technique is more efficient than just running, but who am I to say? I've never been imprisoned. Oh, and they're back on the bed. This shot, I think, is very pretty, but is also very horrifying at the same time. Maybe it's because the girls are wearing cute outfits that look a bit jarring. If the girls wore something darker, maybe it would look cool. Yeah, it would look really cool, actually. Did they make it out? Did one girl sacrifice herself so the others could make it out? There are 5 blue ribbons for 5 girls. Again, if you've seen Lolita, you will know the significance of blue ribbon. Now that we've gone through the music video, do you see what's wrong about it now? Here are some comments made by a Chinese netizen who says they were raised by a pedo. I've translated this whole post through Google Translate, so it's not going to make sense at certain parts, but I'll try my best to explain. Now, I agree that all these things that are cute, such as white socks, these pastel outfits, the V-shaped corner, and those 2 flowers can all be said as aesthetic or creativity. But as this person pointed out, certain things aren't how we'd expect pedophiles to like. Before I read this post, I guess I had an idea of what pedophiles would look for in a child, but these are some things I've never thought pedophiles would like. Asymmetrical hairstyle and hair accessories, specks of light at dusk, flotation syndrome, a glass orb, counting with your fingers, pure cotton? I don't know. One thing that I want to say is that I believe this person is right in saying pedophiles enjoy children enjoying certain things. Now, I don't know what this person means by pure blood pedophiles. Perhaps pure blood pedophiles are pedophiles who purely enjoy children because they're children. And now I know pedophiles like children because they're children, but they don't enjoy children being sexualized. They enjoy children being children. And they get sexual gratification from looking at children being children, such as these things that this person pointed out. They like observing children. The hangnail on children's fingers, socks worn inside out, shoes worn inside out, stain on the edges of a collar, hair that is messy in a braid, little soldier with only parts left out in the little boy's pocket, badly worn glasses, badly worn, it means worn out glass marbles, scratched slingshot, marks of enjoyment. I think this was a very new concept to me when I first read this. They like the messy sheets on children's bed after they play, like the pillows that have been squeezed out of shape, milk that was spilled, a scratched mosquito bite. These are all things that make children children. Which makes it hard to protect children from. As this person pointed out, pedophilia could be more common than people think, because what they want isn't for children to be sexualized. The things that they enjoy aren't sensitive enough of a topic for people to notice, because they want children to be children. I think this is what this person meant by a pure blood pedophile, because I'm sure there are some pedophiles who like children to be sexualized. They want little girls to put on makeup, to put on a red lipstick, to wear high heels. They want little boys to dress up in a suit. They want children to look mature. But pure blood pedophiles, as this person pointed out, want children to be children. So how can you protect children from them? How can you not let a kid be a kid? So this is why this person said that even though Illit's music video Magnetic doesn't have anything overtly sexual, it's still pedophilic. And it's because a real pedophile isn't focused on sex. They're focused on children being children. If that still doesn't convince you that there is something wrong with this music video, then let's look at the other perspective, the perspective of someone who has pedophilic tendencies. This person says, I'm quite a control freak, and I have those tendencies. They say they would never do anything illegal. And here's their perspective, here's their reaction to this music video. They enjoyed it. Whether it's little girls who are in big socks jumping on a big bed, or little girls who have soft, straight black hair huddled together tightly, almost as if they're scared, using their big eyes to stare at this person. And in brackets, this person said, it made me want to grab their hair and then... They didn't say and then what, but I think we know. And this person said, it makes them feel as if they have full control over these girls, as if they would never escape them, and that they really liked this music video. I just want these girls to be safe. That is all. Here's their reaction before and watching this music video. Again, they have no control over how this music video was shot, what they wear, what they do, anything to do with their image in this music video is all controlled by their company. And with this increase in infantilization in Asia, I think we're going to unfortunately see more of this type of stuff. Again, I am not accusing anyone of anything. It's just to bring awareness. I want more people to see that this music video is a bit weird and to discuss what could be going on here. The whole trend of infantilization in Asia is so massive that I could almost, well, it definitely could be another video. So let me know if you want to see that as well. And feel free to comment any discussions you want to say about this. And yeah, thank you for watching. I'll see you next time.